Hi guys, what's up? This is Raj Paul. Welcome to #Tailored. This episode I'm really looking forward to because I get the opportunity to sit down with some very cool people and have a chat about one of the subjects that touches me a little bit deeply, and that is camouflage, and specifically fashion camouflage. Right, so we're gonna be talking with Alex Jordan, a huge media personality, TV and radio. We know her coming and going. Tracy Fowler, very cool chick, very big time supporter of local fashion. Junior Sealy, stylist and designer for loyalty and brotherhood. A Daisy out of House of Dae by Architecz. Dré Decarlo, first fashion blogger out of Barbados. So I think it's gonna be a dope one, man. We're gonna discuss the ins and outs of camo, particularly the application of fashion camo, and what it means for us as a society moving forward and being progressive. So join us. I think we have a good time.
Lord is a flying.
Alright, to get our conversation going, Alex and Tracy are watching our camouflage documentary, the Netflix special Social Fabric. And while they're doing that, we're gonna head over to Orange Street Grocer and meet up with my guys, Dre, Daisy, and Junior. Let's go. So I'm here with, I would consider an elite group of fashionistas. Yes, yeah, man. This is a great opportunity to have you guys like weigh in on this topic. You know, I know that it's kind of personal to me. I've been on it for years, and I really wanted to bring together some minds that could share some perspectives on it, that we could grow, we could learn a couple things from. You know, and we could just explore it. All right. So first up, Dre, you're a blogger. Right, you're Barbados' first fashion blogger, a freelance writer. I mean, how do you feel about camouflage in terms of relevance today for fashion in Barbados, the Caribbean, globally?
I feel like any form of expression is relevant. Camouflage, the laws are quite archaic because they're meant to protect the identity of military force.
Yeah.
But I think it's obvious to tell when someone isn't.
Right.
Like, a Daisy rocking camo pants right now, I don't think that she's a soldier.
Right.
So I mean, I think it's quite relevant.
It's been the hottest pattern probably for at least 10 years, probably 15.
True, but I feel like I've been alive for like 30 years and it's been around for
forever. Right.
So, it's crazy. It's always been there and it always will be there. So in different forms.
Right, in different, because it seems to be evolving, and also the application seems to be getting wider and wider. I mean, we saw from origins, we saw from applications, we saw they had nearly. The dude said it was like nearly 100 different camo patterns. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you this, because when I hear something like that, the first thing that jumps to me as a designer is this: why don't we have ours? That's what comes to my mind. Like, why don't we have ours? Why don't we have a beach camo? Why don't we have a tropic camo? You know what I mean? Like, why don't we have something? We're island too. You know what I'm saying? On top of everything else, it's a nature-based pattern. We're island-based. Nature's all around. We grow up in it, come up in it. We know it top to bottom. Why don't we have our own camo? What's up with that, B?
Well, other than because it's illegal?
There we go.
Is this a trick question?
We gotta get to the matter of the law first.
Right. We gotta get the way out of room first.
Yeah, that's interesting. Can I just tell you my overall impression first of all? I really enjoyed that doc, but the overall impression at the very end I came away with it's a lack of freedom.
You know, I had a hashtag going a couple years ago when I was pushing for the petition, and it was everybody loves camo. Because when you see it out there in the international space, and not even so far international, I was just in Jamaica for some time, Granny was in camo. Yo,
So
I
cool.
swore I saw vagrants in Camo.
No, they kill it in
No,
Jamaica.
it's
very popular.
it's crazy, right? So I'm just like, maybe we need to look at it with fresh eyes, because I feel like as though I feel like there's so much bias and there's so much such taint on it that we're not even really seeing the fullness of it. I mean, art is the basis from which the Camo even was first derived. You know what I'm saying? Like the first that I know of from my research is there's a guy named Thomas Fair, but he was a bird watcher. He was a naturalist. And from his, going on, searching for birds, documenting stuff, concealing himself in the woods was what that was about. And then from there, it started to come and, World War II, then started reaching to the application in military. But the application beyond military is so widespread that you can find Camo in everything now. I mean, everything. You're like, I never saw it before on like cards.
Like PS4 controllers.
PS4 controllers, like the questions almost seem to be coming, where isn't it turning out?
It's true.
Yeah.
When I was small, my brother actually, and I'm surprised my mother allowed this, but my brother actually had Camo curtains.
Camo
And
curtains.
I thought it was the coolest, in his bedroom.
I was literally just gonna say there's Camo decor.
We feel it's important for us in the fashion scene to counter that narrative with a fresh narrative, with a relevant position on it.
So, can I ask you guys then? It's illegal in Barbados for a reason, right? Ostensibly, I've been raised understanding that the Barbados government, the powers that be, don't want camouflage in the streets because A, you can't distinguish between a member of the Barbados Defense Force and a civilian, and B, we don't want people hiding about here. Not hiding about here.
I would say in the first place that the distinction between a civilian and a military person is very easily achieved. What they don't really want is impersonation, which is very reasonable. I don't want impersonation like that. I'm not interested. In fact, when we watch the show, you could tell like the basis for using Camo in fashion or for civilian life is completely opposite for the basis of using it in military. Military is for hiding out, for concealment. Fashion and lifestyle is for standing out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like two different applications, but beautiful right across the board. So I feel like man, the art level about it, the naturalness about it, the beauty and interest about it, and then there's so many different forms and styles and combinations. It's crazy to me.
Can I show you the piece of Camo I bought? I brought.
Sure.
So I have two pieces of Camo, but like Tracy, you sort of grew up, paranoid about wearing them. So this first one came from a Notting Hill Carnival costume, which was part of my costume. I literally had like a military hot pants. There we are.
The military inspiration.
There we are.
The military inspiration.
Perfect example, right? And I was thinking, it'd be great golf hats. I spent a lot of time golfing.
Right.
Can't wear it. Second one, this one fell off the back of a truck. This may be a bad example.
You mean literally fell off?
Literally, I found it in the street, actually in Jamaica, not in Barbados.
Okay.
In Kingston, and I picked it up and I put it in the washing machine, and now I feel it's cool as. I feel like I could wear this anywhere and be cool enough.
Sweet.
I don't look like Fidel.
That's all. That's all. That's Fidel.
Can I Castro vibes though? Easy. Anyway, I love it,
No.
and I can't wear them anywhere.
Well, here's the thing though. You can. You guys familiar with the actual law?
Not really.
I
Not the
read it
law.
on your Facebook.
Okay.
You are my source of information.
When it comes to camouflage, so like that goes to the question, like why for you is it so
It's such
why
a
are you
big
so
deal.
passionate
Right.
about it?
Right. I'll tell you what. I feel like we have a legitimate voice in this space, and it needs to be heard. And I feel like if it isn't heard, what has continued will continue to continue and likely get worse.
Right.
All right. Now, what the law actually says when you read it is that the issue is deception. Fashion application of Camo is not illegal, not according to the law. See, that's the thing about it now. If you read the law, you'd come to that conclusion. Most people haven't. So the only conclusion they come to is whatever they've been told is the conclusion of the matter. But if you read it for yourself, I'm telling you, B, you don't have to be super intelligent to check it out. You read it, and you will see for yourself.
So the focus is on impersonation. Whether it's the badges, whether it's the insignia, whether it is fabrics, whether it is boots and whatever it is that you're using it in such a manner as to deceive that you are part of that. Right. No, this becomes very clear when you get to the end of the law on that section. It says that,
and a lot of people don't know this part that I'm about to tell you now. At the end of it, right, the whole section, the last bit of the section tells you that none of what was said before applies to the use of it in theater.
You actually have a provision already. You don't even have to go and ask permission. If you wanted to shoot something that had relation to film, music, anything like that, it's right there already. Real thing. It's not listening to you a circus act. It's there.
I didn't know that.
All of this. When you read it, fam, you'll be so shocked when you get done. You say, they said all that was said before does not apply to here. So to me, by extension in the modern world, when we talk about filmmaking, when we talk about fashion, when we talking about styling, when we talking about this type of thing, the implication is there already that that's not an issue. Right. Because in fact and in truth, the government wasn't concerned about fashion.
For me, it's a question of freedom in our country, right? The way wear what you like. I mean, I know you're coming at it from a fashion designer perspective, but just off the bat, I was like, yeah, it's a freedom denied to us.
I actually tend to agree with what you said about freedom, and I honestly don't really understand it when I look at the rest of the world, to be honest. And if I'm completely honest with you, I like camo. I don't love camo like how you love camo. I would love to wear camo leggings and sports bra when I go to the gym because it looks cool and it feels cool. I would love to wear a camo bathing suit by Sugar Apple. That would be great, you know. And the fact that I can't have the option, it's just annoying. So I have literally blocked camo out of my head. I know it sounds. That's probably the oppression, to be honest. I have decided not to look at camo and enjoy it because I'm like, what's the point?
It's frustrating.
Yeah. I'm not gonna try to fight it. I'm not gonna try to bring it back, have somebody take it from me. So when I travel, I just don't look at it. Do I like it? Of course. It looks great.
Do people even really care about camo? Like from your interaction, is it like even a thing?
Well, to be honest, it hasn't ever come up as really a thing. I think because for so long we haven't been able to use it. And when I say we, I mean artists in Barbados. We don't even think, I wish I had, you know, like it doesn't come up. We've just gotten so used to using other things, doing other things.
So people just sort of like put it falls into your blind side. They kind of like just like put it out of your mind and start, I'm gonna just use whatever else.
Like being conditioned.
So you don't ever really encounter people saying, hey, goddamn man, like I need to like let people know that this is legit. I need to do this. For real.
Yeah.
I don't even get that.
It's not. I have not had that conversation amongst artists in Barbados.
I usually ask, for me as a stylist, like if I would happen to choose a camouflage piece, which will probably never happen, because I know that the person's gonna be nervous wearing it. And if it's there for selection, they would avoid it. So they'd be like, are we gonna be able to actually use this? Am I gonna be able to shoot this in public? Like, is someone gonna come say something? Are we gonna get charged? Like, so it's like
just don't deal with that right now.
Exactly.
Let's get to work then. Put it outside.
I think the only reason we're kind of like stuck where we are is not because the law's against it, but we just don't know any better, so we don't know what to say when somebody says, yo, you can't do that. You know, we don't know that we can say, actually I can't. Actually, I can.
Given all that, right? Would you be willing, or would you be okay with walking on the road, you're in camo, you get arrested, and it's publicized? Like, for you, would that feel like, yeah, this is good for my cause, because now I get arrested and get myself a good lawyer and they can tell the whole of Barbados why this is wrong? Is that something you feel I will go that far to get?
That's a friend.
So let me put it to you this way. I'm not interested at all in getting arrested. Alright, bro? I'm not interested in spending a moment down in a cell. I'm not interested in being harassed. I'm not interested in none of that, fam, right? But if it comes, it comes.
I was in First Street Last weekend, 3 cars passed at different times. I was wearing this. No one stopped me and asked me nothing.
Wow. But you know why? Because they're
I'm
not.
not saying they know who I am or
And they're also not gonna see that as camo.
No, they do be, because think about it, Alex. Think about it. They see your pink as camo.
That's
They
true.
see your blues as
They can draw
camo.
this in
They
to get
see
different
all kind of things, fam.
That's true, that's true.
Sometimes I've even spoken to people who have said like, "Yo, I got stopped," and when the you know, for my camo, when the guy checked closer, it was palm trees. You get what I'm saying? So there is, I feel, man, there is a thing about how we carrying ourselves too, because I'm carrying myself like being normal as ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know I'm good. If I felt like I was not good, I would be carrying myself slightly differently. And I feel like that's felt and that's picked upon and that's dealt with, and that's how it comes at us.
That's super interesting. I want to make a point, but
Sure.
I think that the Barbadian national character feeds into that.
Aye.
You know, because how interesting that you would get the country rallied around such a seemingly preposterous position
Right.
to ban all camouflage, including baby hats.
Right.
We only got to be told once that we can't wear a camouflage.
Only once.
And then it's like, and then not only did we not do it, we police we neighbors. My man,
You know
we're no
that's-
camouflage illegal.
It's happening to me too.
I think about it this way, it's like, if you limit us through that, like what else are you gonna limit us with eventually, you know, like, so it's
Like where does it lead to?
where does it lead
Right.
to, or where does it like stop or begin? Where will it go after this? You can stop another pattern, and it's just as simple as a pattern, you know, so, and it's like a form of oppression too, you know, like we've been oppressed in so many other ways, like why are you gonna do that for just like clothing? Like today I have like chiffon, like camo on, like what am I doing? Like I'm not gonna like conceal myself or hurt anybody because I'm wearing this, you know?
Since you're so knowledgeable about all things camo, what Alex said was interesting about the impersonation. You know, the impersonation of the defense force, and that's what they're afraid of.
Yeah.
And we just learned there are 100 different types of camo.
Yeah.
And what we use here is probably what, 1 or 2?
Yeah, 1 or 2.
So why can't we wear?
The rest. Right, the rest.
Yeah, and you might, you know, honestly I don't know, but I'm just wondering why can't we wear the other one?
Yeah.
It's
so,
form over function.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's
is.
form over function. There was a reason that they initially said, well, we have to be careful about people with camo, right?
Yeah.
There was a reason, and you
Yeah.
made the point beautifully.
Yeah.
But in the actual functioning of it, nobody ain't confusing you in the video.
Exactly.
Nobody's confusing.
First of all, I feel like the military owes a debt to artists where that's concerned. You dig it? I feel it's insulting to turn around and tell artists you can't even touch this. So it touches me in a very personal way as somebody who is in the space of design and style. It touches me so deeply because of that, but also because of how unnecessary it is to take that draconian position. So, you know, like, I know it could be different, and I feel it ought to be different, and I feel like of all the things that are troubling us, this should not be one.
This is an empowerment issue on every level. One, people ask, how come you get to wear it and not me? The only difference is that you empower yourself to wear it.
That's it.
Right? And empower yourself also to read the actual law around it and realize that.
Because you could be so drastically affected with jail time or with a fine, that troubles me severely.
So wait, you could actually be like, you could go to jail?
Yeah.
I don't know that. Right.
No. Having said that, I want to say this, which is why I asked if you're familiar with it, which is this: fashion camo
Right.
is not a crime.
Fashion camo.
Yeah, fashion
But what is fashion camo in their eyes?
They don't have a view on what fashion camo is.
So you can get arrested, but a lawyer will get you off.
That's right, bro.
Right.
Okay.
That's it right there.
People who come in at the airport with camo stuff and it's been confiscated.
Yeah.
So then what happens there?
Right. So right. So I've known stories of people who've had that happen. I've also known stories of people said, nah, fam, can't get this.
So effectively what you're saying to me is not wearing camo, banning camo is a legitimate cultural part of us. If that's what you're saying, that's hardcore.
I mean, that's heavy to me, babe. That'll bring honesty.
I actually think it's a broader point than that culturally we're good at telling and dictating what we should not do, what we should not have, versus what we should do and what we should have. We love to say what you can do. People say to tell me, I can't help you from outside the store. I'm like, I'm sure you can help me. Let me just make my point, state my business.
Right.
It's a culture and it has to transform if we want to transform.
I feel like we at a turning point. So much things are changing in Barbados. So much things are on the being spoken about, and people are being active. And I feel like this is an opportunity for us to stake our claim on it, to make our voices heard. This is an opportunity for us to say, yo fam, this is what's cool, this is what's dope. You know what I mean? And this is why I love it.
Tracy, you saw the Prime Minister's talk about time to pivot.
Yes, I did.
Oh, I guess the theme of that me and Motley's speech, time to pivot, was about the fact that we grew up with a bit of a disadvantage of not believing that we stand up in the world.
Right.
And Raj makes a great point. Now is the time, Black Lives Matter. Now is the moment, the world changing so fast. Now is the time to, you say plug in, but I would say sort of extend ourselves. Yeah.
On top of that, like you saying that and like igniting something in me, free Camo, I feel like now is also the time, because Barbados is, I feel, mentally really changing with Mia as our Prime Minister. Just so many things are happening that have never happened before. So I feel like now might be a really good time to make that push.
It's just the time of change across the board.
Yeah, worldwide.
Period.
Guys, thanks so much for joining us today on this episode of #Tailored on Camouflage. Everybody loves Camo. Camo has been used in so many ways, and it's just continuing to abound and abound. As designers, artists, creatives, I hope that we can change the trajectory in Barbados and capitalize on what is obviously a global trend. And I also believe that we can empower ourselves by becoming more familiar with what is written in the law. And those things that serve us, we ought to change them. Those things that promote us and move us forward, we ought to keep those things and keep evolving and building and moving. So fam, keep your swag up, rock on, stay dope. This is #Tailored. Salute.